Provide free high-definition coverage of Bermuda's biggest ever international event. Let us take you on a one-year journey from a crippling lightning strike to a dramatic broadcasting revolution that has garnered international praise. Watch at 8 p.m. on Monday, December 4th, rebroadcast on Thursday, December 7th on ZBM.
Don't miss another exciting edition of Up Close with Colin Thompson, featuring Carlisle United and Bermuda international footballer Reggie Lamb, December 6th on ZFB TV 7 at 8 p.m. Watch as Lamb reflects on his career.
So I went from hero to villain in the space of 5 minutes.
That's on the next edition of Up Close with Colin Thompson, brought to you by title sponsor Island Construction Services and additional sponsors, Lindo's Group of Companies.
Live from Bermuda Broadcasting, this is ZBM TV9 News.
Good evening, everyone. It's Monday, December 4th, 2017. I'm Diane Brewer, and thank you for joining us tonight. Detectives tonight hunting an armed robber and his accomplice who struck the Pompano Beach Club Resort this morning. When police say 2 men on a motorcycle arrived at the hotel around 11 a.m., one entered wielding a knife and demanded cash. While that was happening inside, the other suspect remained outside on the motorcycle. Both sped away with an unspecified amount of money. Detectives are interested in speaking to anyone who may have information to help catch these culprits. If you have information, you're urged to contact Sergeant Renee Rock on 295-0011 or the confidential Crime Stoppers hotline at 800-8477. In other news, yet another strategic plan to help fix public education. This one is called Plan 2022. But what guarantee is there this latest initiative will not be changed before it comes to fruition or even be implemented at all? Gary Moreno spoke with Education Minister Diala Rabain to find out.
Plan 2022, Bermuda's strategic plan for public school education, is in keeping with government's pledge to raise confidence, quality and investment in public education. So said Mr. Rabain as he addressed the most recent sitting of the House of Assembly. But we've had similar announcements made in the past, only for changes to be made midstream or for the thing to simply die on the vine. The minister assures that will not be the case, as there are built-in safeguards to prevent against it happening.
It's not just a list of ideas that, hey, you should try this and maybe it will work. This is an actual comprehensive plan that takes you from day 1 to year 5, to the last day of the 5th year. And it has built into it how we can measure these steps and see if they're being effective and the things that we need to. And then, because once we have milestones built in, we can see, are we making it? Are we ahead? Are we behind? And then we can make adjustments because, as I mentioned previously, parts of the plan, as we go through, they depend on the beginning parts to be implemented.
What's more, according to Minister Rabain, is that every stakeholder in public education has skin in the game. And so everyone from the minister to educators and parents will be held accountable thanks to the level of input.
The first thing we can guarantee, Gary, is that the Minister of Education that the POP has appointed in this term will remain in place for the entirety of this strategic plan. That is one thing that we can guarantee. We can guarantee barring anything that totally unforeseen. And as far as I can, and I can use that as a guarantee to say that it will not sit on the shelf, because I will be there pushing it from my position, and I'm very confident that the people who helped put this together, they have vested interest as well. As we talked about, we received over 3,000 pieces of documentation. There are over 100 people involved in putting this plan together. So that's quite a few people whose reputations are on the line.
But the Ministry of Education also has a history of chopping and changing along the way, rendering change initiatives incomplete or suddenly halted in favor of something newer and supposedly better.
That's one of the many complaints that I hear as the minister now. As I said, with this plan, it has phases that once implemented, next phases kick in. So that's where we're looking at. We're looking at a plan that has a approach that says once we start, we have to continue through.
Now, the objectives of Plan 2022 are to increase academic rigor and student engagement, ensure college, career and workforce readiness, enhance the quality of teacher practice and system leadership, improve infrastructure and instructional resources, and finally, ensuring system success. Gary Moreno, reporting for the Bermuda Broadcasting News.
Meanwhile, Michael Charles, General Secretary of the Bermuda Union of Teachers, says while this is a welcome move, there is still a lot that's not known about Plan 2022.
This is not a plan. This is really a wish list until I see more detailed. I wouldn't call it a plan. Right now, we have a problem with the ministry in that we don't have any leadership. So it will be interesting to see how this goes forward.
Was the Bermuda Union of Teachers consulted at all before the government put out this plan?
I don't recall, Gary, being involved in any of this. We did put out a paper earlier in the year in the previous government, but this plan, I don't recall having sight of it or even being discussed with us before now.
All that notwithstanding, does the Bermuda Union of Teachers support the government in this initiative?
We support anything that's positive for children. I mean, I think we are here really to help our students improve and to improve education. That's what our motto says, education for responsibility, and that's what we are all about. So this presentation by the minister augurs well for the future. We will work with the government as much as we can to bring it about, but we need to see more of the nuts and bolts of this, because right now this seems, as I said before, just like a wish list.
In other news this evening, nearly 150 local employers are reportedly not paying out health insurance coverage for employees as required by law. The Bermuda Health Council advising employers that if you're struggling with costs, they can help.
60 complaints filed against delinquent employers, up from 37 in 2015 in the same month. The BHC is concerned.
We are seeing that there are employers who are deducting from their employees and not remitting that premium to the health insurance companies. And it's not just that they're doing it for 1 month or 2 months. We're actually seeing long periods of time where these deductions are being made and the premium is not being paid on behalf of employees.
It appears employees are now prepared to air their concerns.
Traditionally, we've received the reporting from insurance companies, but people are coming and they're saying, I have not received health insurance for a long period of time. Some have even said we don't even have an employment contract.
Non-compliant employers are placed on a public list published on the BHC website.
Know what your legal obligations are and be compliant. And if you're having challenges with that, contact the Health Council, because we have helped employers as well who may have been challenged in paying their premium. This is not about naming and shaming just for the purposes of doing it. It is about saying that when people have a catastrophic event and they need to access health care, that they are able to do so.
Though in some instances, cases can end up in the courts.
We're currently preparing 3 cases to send over to the DPP for prosecution. So those are certainly the most egregious examples, but regardless, there's definitely going to be an investigation.
Workers found that upon inspection of their pay stubs, things did not add up.
We hear from a lot of people who are saying, I know I don't have health insurance coverage, but my employer is taking money out of my paycheck every week or 2 weeks every month. And then we hear from a lot of employees who have left their place of employment and they're now willing to come forward because they don't fear losing their job anymore.
The BHC works confidentially.
We had an employer that was deducting from employees for months, and the majority of those employees were work permit holders. And so again, that is a category of person that feels quite vulnerable. And when they walk into the Health Council offices and share their stories, we always investigate. We always maintain confidentiality.
To learn your rights as an employer or an employee, contact the Bermuda Health Council on 292-6420. Jasmine Patterson reporting for Bermuda Broadcasting News.
Santa suits.
And party hats.
Letters sent.
Gifts neatly wrapped.
It must be Christmas. Let the magic begin.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Colonial, where people come first. When you shop online, the cheapest, quickest, and easiest way to bring your packages into Bermuda is with U.S. Express at mailboxes.
I've been a U.S. Express customer for a long, long time, and I stay a customer because it's fast, easy, and convenient.
You get the automatic call when your package is here, and just the pickup is easy. The street's not too crazy there, but you can just swing by, boom, down the steps, get your package, and off you go.
Sign up for a U.S. Express account at www.mailboxesunlimited.com today.
Make your Christmas even more beautiful and stunning with arrangements from Exclusive Flowers located in the Washington Mall and dazzling decor from Exclusive Home on Reed Street. Wishing you happy holidays and a prosperous new year from the Exclusive Group of Companies.
Welcome back. Well, police kept very busy over the weekend with road traffic collisions, 10 of which reported as damage only as minor injury and 3 as serious injury. In addition, 4 people were arrested on suspicion of impaired driving and 39 speeding tickets were issued, with the biggest offense being a speed offense of 102 kilometers per hour. Meantime, Aecon, the Canadian partner in the airport redevelopment, has awarded an electrical and communications contract to a company called Update Contracting Bermuda Airport Limited. With the baggage handling system contract given to Glide Path Systems Limited, Aecon says they are pleased to be working with local companies and notes this latest round of contracts will ensure the electrical communications and security work will be state-of-the-art and modern. And take note, our revolutionary broadcast coverage of this summer's America's Cup won us a Tech Award last month. And tonight, you can find out exactly how we did it in a special feature on ZBM 9 at 8 p.m. Keep watching to find out more.
Find out how Bermuda Broadcasting brought you award-winning coverage of the America's Cup in our special feature on Monday, December 4th at 8 p.m. on ZBM. Few people know about the enormous technological and engineering challenges we had to navigate to provide free, high-definition coverage of Bermuda's biggest ever international event. Let us take you on a one-year journey from a crippling lightning strike to a dramatic broadcasting revolution that has garnered international praise. Watch at 8 p.m. on Monday, December 4th, rebroadcast on Thursday, December 7th on ZBM.
Don't miss it, and just after our newscast, half an hour afterwards. Turning to weather news, gorgeous sunny conditions like today for our Tuesday. Here's the latest from AccuWeather headquarters.
AccuWeather is presented by BF&M Insurance Group. We now go to AccuWeather headquarters.
This forecast is brought to you by our friends at the BF&M Insurance Group, and we have a pretty nice setup now that a recent front is through. Here's Bermuda. We begin this loop with a front on top of us, but that was hours ago. So now the front has pushed south and east. That little puff of extra clouds is gone. There are some clouds filtering in from the north, kind of a winter-like setup. We see that colder air from eastern parts of North America across the relatively warm water of the Gulf Stream, and that's able to generate some of these clouds. But they're not going to have much bite, a little more bark than bite. You can see in the mid-levels of the atmosphere, this is kind of the X-ray of the atmosphere, the water vapor loop. It's turning pretty dry out there, so that should prevent us from seeing much. Here's a little indication of where the showers are. Basically, it's a radar-type image that's really derived from the satellites. And you can see a swirl of some showers hundreds of miles to our northeast. We look good out there, and temperatures are around 68 degrees. And we're going to continue to cool down pretty well with a northwest breeze at 15 to 20 knots. Water temp 73. And on the inside of the reef, we have waves around 2 to 3 feet. On the outside, it's a little choppy with 5 to 10 footers rolling around out there. Mainly clear tonight, but breezy. We'll get down to 63. Enjoy the drop. Tomorrow, we nudge our way back up to near 70 as this cooler air mass has filtered in. So we recently had low tide back at 3:14. High tide's coming up next for the late evening crowd at 8:57 p.m. And then there's an early morning low tide when most of us will still be asleep. As we take a look at the gateway forecast, there are some showers and, again, some fairly active weather across the northeastern U.S. and northeastern parts of at least the western world here into eastern Canada as well as we step into Tuesday with a gusty front pushing in. Atlanta may even see some thunderstorms tied to that. Temperatures are going to really nosedive behind this, but for now, Tuesday looks fairly mild. 58 in New York's warmer than average. Miami's still south of the front, 83 there. And in London, 48. They had some snow in Paris a couple days ago. That's history, though, now, as Western Europe begins to warm back up. And the southern part of the region here, as we head down into Trinidad and Tobago, spotty showers and storms. No tropical development, though. That's good news. 5-day forecast features a pretty cool start to the week here. That's already been established today. We'll stay cool Tuesday and Wednesday. Very pleasant, though, with that northwest breeze. Then the winds will begin to shift, and we're going to bounce back up. In fact, our lows at the end of the week will be more similar to our highs early in the week. So that'll be a big jump, considering we're surrounded by water. We don't often see big temperature changes from day to day. If you want more information or some good music, you can tune into Ocean 89, Power 95, or Inspire 105.
AccuWeather was presented by BF&M Insurance Group.
Christmas in Bermuda is a special time for most of us. Unfortunately, for some families in Bermuda, there is no warm Christmas. This year, many families will be in need. It's the 29th anniversary of the Lions Clubs of Bermuda and the Marketplace helping share the Christmas spirit, so let's help take care of each other. Shop at any marketplace, shopping center, Modern Mart, or A1 stores and purchase extra tins and non-perishable items. Once you have purchased these items, place your food donations into Santa's bin located at the front of the store. The Lions Clubs will collect your food contributions and assemble them into hampers to be delivered to the families in need around the island. Christmas comes once a year. Help make it a special time for every family in Bermuda. Sponsored in part by the Bermuda Broadcasting Company and the Royal Gazette.
Your home, your life, security. Be fire and burglar free. Right from your phone, monitor, control. Lock safes, doors, gates, business, family safe. You're on the go, and that's okay. BSG with you every
Bermuda Security Group, your security, life safety, and monitoring experts. We're with you every step of the way. Bermuda Security Group, BSG.BM.
Bermuda's only Olympic medalist boxer Clarence Hill was honored today when Sports Minister Zane De Silva announced the Clarence Hill Boxing Facility in St. George's, and Mike Sharp was there.
Plans were in the works about a year ago, but fell to the wayside. Hill won a bronze medal at the 1976 Olympic Games in Montreal, Canada. Minister De Silva has details.
In order to give Clarence further recognition of his magnificent achievement as the first and only to date Olympic medal winner, this government has decided to make available a facility in St. George's, which will become a boxing center and be named in honor of our Clarence Hill. Accordingly, with the support of the St. George's MP Renee Ming, the Ministry of Social Development and Sports, and the Ministry of Public Works, represented here today by Minister Colonel David Birch, have entered into a memorandum of understanding whereby permission has been granted for the use of the property known as the Cataract Building, Units 31 and 32, located at 12 Old Military Road, St. George's, exclusively for the development of a boxing institute and gym as an initiative under the Department of Youth, Sport, and Recreation in partnership with Clarence Hill Foundation and the Bermuda Boxing Association. The subject property will be granted on a charitable sub-license to the Bermuda Boxing Association for a nominal annual rent.
29 years after winning the bronze medal, Hill was inducted into the Sports Hall of Fame. He told those at the press conference that he would prefer to open the new facility in the summer of 2018.
But I was trying to see if I can get it open in the middle of next year, because we have to remember that the gym has to be equipped, right? And with rings, heavy bags, flooring, all of that. Bathrooms down there probably need to be worked on. A lot of things need to be happening. So I don't want to race it, because that gym, I want to be the best gym in Bermuda.
And I'm Mike Sharp with Bermuda Broadcasting News.
Now here's Earl Baisden with tonight's sports package.
Raquel Evans competed in the Sail Melbourne Sailing Regatta on the Australian waters. Competing in the Finn class, Evans finished 9th out of 18 boats. Due to weather, Evans and the rest of the fleet could only manage to complete 6 races. In friendship preliminary action at the police field yesterday, the Dendy Town Hornets scored 4 times in the first half to advance to the quarterfinals with a 4-0 win over Young Man Social Club. Ian Cokewood scored 2, as well as Angelo Simmons for the Dendy Town Hornets. In the other match, it was Boulevard Blazers 1, North Village Rams 3. In Shield preliminary action at Lords and St. David's, visitors St. George's Coach defeated St. David's 1-0 with a 68th minute goal from Gerasino Bassett. In the other Shield match, it was Paget Lions 2, Hamilton Parish 1. Mailbox Unlimited Winter Age Group Swimming Championships concluded yesterday. The 3-day event saw 7 records broken. The first record was broken on Friday night during the 13 to 14 girls 800-meter freestyle when Taylor White touched the wall in a time of 9:26:37. Brian Desmond then broke the 13 to 14 boys 1500-meter freestyle, clocking 17:02:23. Sam Williamson broke the 13 to 14 boys 200-meter breaststroke record when he touched the wall in a time of 2:34:86. Logan Watson-Brown clocked a time of 4:34:63, breaking the 13 to 14 girls 400-meter freestyle record. Sam Williamson broke a 23-year-old record in the 13 to 14 boys 100-meter breaststroke, and he touched the water in a time of 1:10:83, breaking Trevor Nelson's record of 1:11:23 set back on November 1st, 1994. Keegan Woolley broke the 13 to 14 boys 50-meter breaststroke record with a time of 32:18. Jack Harvey, Emma Kittleson, Finn Mosley, and Allison Shearer set a new record in the 4x200-meter mixed gender relay. Nicholas Kime and Rachel Barnes are the 2017 Bermuda Squash Rackets Association Club's male and female champions. Kime defeated John Fletcher in the men's open final in straight games 11-7, 11-5, 11-6, while Barnes defended her ladies open title as she defeated Sarah Nicholson 12-10, 11-5, 11-2. Trot and Tahira Butterfield represented the University of Albany at the Boston University season opening indoor track meet. Trot competed in the women's long jump, finishing 5th in flight 1 with a top leap of 4.94 meters. That distance saw her finish 15th overall. Competing in the women's 60-meter dash preliminaries, Butterfield won Heat 1 to advance to the final with a time of 7.78. In the final, Butterfield went faster, clocking 7.70, finishing 5th. The 2017 Bermuda National Athletics Association cross-country season came to an end on Saturday at Ascot Park with the running of the cross-country championships. Chase Smith held off a strong challenge from Sean Trott to win the men's open race, clocking a time of 26:08. Trott was second in 26:23. The women's open was won by Gail Lindsay, who stopped the clock in a time of 24:46, with Kim McGyver second in 27:27. Smith and Martina Olszewski-Bell are the 2017 North Shore Medical Center Turkey Trot 10K male and female champions. Smith and second place finisher Tim Price ran side by side with just over 2 kilometers to go before Smith made his move, clocking a winning time of 35:45, with Price clocking 36:23. Olszewski-Bell ran alone in the ladies' field, finishing 9th overall, clocking 42:44. Melissa Luggie was the second female finisher and 13th overall, clocking 44:12. Second Bermuda cyclocross race of the season took place at Shelley Bay yesterday. Adam Kirk won the adult over 15 division race, with Ziani Burgess finishing second and Hans Hershey crossed the line third. Bermuda Hockey Federation triple header took place at the National Sports Center with 15 goals scored. The Budgies defeated the Pink Robins 4-1 in the opener, with Jasmine Patterson leading the way with 2 goals. Renee Greenslade and Cassia White added a goal each for the Budgies. Natasha Holman scored the lone goal for the Pink Robins. In other action, it was the Sandpipers 0, Ravens 5, Canaries 1, Mixed A Team 4. In Senior League Netball at Bernard Park, it saw the Lindos Tigers defeat the Blazing Phoenix 32-22. Phoenix Heat got by Robin Hood 52-25. The Storm defeated the North Village Lady Rams white team 48-31. North Village Lady Rams defeated the Phoenix Flames 13-9 in under 16 division action, while in under 12 division play, the Storm defeated the Warriors 16-10, and the Phoenix Sparks defeated the North Village Lady Rams white team 10-3. The Bermuda Basketball Elite City League playoffs continued inside the Summersfield Academy Gymnasium with a doubleheader. In Game 1, the Falcons defeated the Marksmen by a score of 94-64. The Falcons were led to victory by Kevin Stevens, who scored 24 points. He had 6 rebounds, 10 assists, and 5 steals. The Marksmen were led by Dean Jones, who scored 22 points. He had 20 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, and 2 block shots. The other game saw the Hornets defeat the Lions 61-53. Week 9 of the Bermuda National Archery League took place at the Gull Point Archery Range in St. David's. Bernard Wade finished first with 315 points in the adult recurve division, while Jaden Roberts finished first with 300 points in the junior recurve division. William Pickering finished first with 326 points in the adult compound division. David Siemens finished first with 315 points in the senior compound division. I'm Earl Baisden with Bermuda Broadcasting Sports.
Island Soul, where fashion meets comfort. Island Soul provides fashionable footwear hand-selected by our podiatrist that offers premium comfort. Located at 60 Victoria Street, Hamilton, Island Soul contains a friendly trained staff prepared to assist you with our vast selection of footwear, both male and female, with all sizes and widths available. Compression and travel socks, amongst other accessories, are also available in addition to a shoe modification and repair service, making Island Soul a one-stop shop for all your footwear needs.
Peter Durhart basically said, 1 part sailboat racing and 9 parts everything else. He was dead on.
All of us were sort of on eggshells going in saying, this is big. And are we going to be able to do this?
It's happening in Bermuda, which is a new location, a new dynamic, a different community, so many different aspects around it that you're almost slaying imaginary dragons.
And it's easy to be discouraged by the amount of work that you have to do in the time that you have.
I put myself out there personally, but I think Bermuda also, we put ourselves out there as a country.
Bermuda delivered on everything they said they'd do.
I think the America's Cup is an amazing spectacle and experience, but by the same token, it's really about those other 9 parts.
In today's medical headlines, e-cigarettes were marketed as a safer alternative. But are they? Kenneth Craig has that story and more.
Teenagers who use e-cigarettes are at a higher risk for getting hooked on traditional cigarettes. A study in the journal Pediatrics followed 800 high school students over 3 years. It found the use of e-cigarettes was a significant predictor of which students would eventually smoke regular cigarettes. A new study finds that premature birth alters the blood flow to the baby's brain. Researchers in Washington say the fetal brain goes through a growth spurt in the 3rd trimester. In a full-term baby, that growth happens inside the womb, where the mother's heartbeat stimulates brain maturity. And doctors in Canada are developing a simple tool to help identify people on the path to dementia. The idea is to use cognitive charts, similar to the growth charts used for children. Doctors would track patients' cognitive scores over time, making it easier to monitor any decline before irreversible damage occurs. Those are some of the day's top health stories. Kenneth Craig, CBS News, New York.
Friday night saw crowds filling the streets of St. George's as the National Trust Christmas Walkabout was held. Dancers, musicians, and carol singers provided the entertainment, with many people also taking the opportunity to visit the Trust property in the town. We leave you with some of the sights and sounds from the evening. That's our newscast for tonight. I'm Diane Brewer. Thanks for joining us. Have a wonderful evening. Good night.
We're really enjoying ourselves, really seeing the people and the happy people greeting one another. It's really a really festive time.
Hello there, how are you? Welcome to Reeves Court. I think that we've probably had hundreds of people already, and we probably have hundreds more coming.